First time I ever saw a bike that I can remember, it was like a dream. I was out in California visiting my dad, and we were at Six Flags, I think, in San Jose. We were walking out of the parking lot after riding roller coasters all day. I see this guy in like all black leather on a black bike out in the distance, and the parking lot's kind of empty, and he's just doing a wheelie across the whole parking lot. And I just never forgot that. And how I kind of see that in my mind is just like the sunset behind him. You know, I've made it into a movie in my mind now. And I just like, it blew my mind. And I just like, it just chased that. My name is Jeff Christie. I'm a professional motorcycle mechanic. I work at Motor Club D Santa Monica, and this is my passion. So I moved back to Florida, Orlando, Florida. I went to the 14-month school at MMI. I got Kawasaki certified, Suzuki certified, and the whole time I was going to school, I was like, I'm going to move to Los Angeles to get a job. Like, that's what I'll do. That's where the industry's really at. And I flew out for an interview. I emailed resumes, made calls the last couple months I was in school, and I did the interview and I bombed it. The guy literally told me in the middle of the interview, he's like, this is the worst interview I've ever had in my life. And like, I was sweating. Guy was like, I feel you're just telling me things I want to hear. I'm like, of course, I want the job. I mean, it was the mecca of motorcycles. I mean, it was this huge shop with everything that I ever dreamed of. I was like, they told me no, they're gonna pass on me. I was like, okay. So I moved out here anyways, and I went there every week, and I just hounded and hounded, because I was told growing up the squeaky wheel gets oiled first. And the guy literally looked at me, he's like, all right, fine. They were interviewing 7 other people. He's like, you got the job. He goes, I cannot take you coming in here anymore begging. He's like, no one has ever come in here this much for a job. He's like, you're hired. So people always like talk about that clarity they get from riding motorcycles, that piece of ease, or like a form of meditation of some kind. 5 hours on the bike in great weather, where I found myself thinking about nothing and not thinking about nothing. Everything was good, and I just found myself totally at peace, just watching the sunset as I was going up north. And it's something, it's a little indescribable of like that peace I get. But yeah, it was my best friend Bo and I always talked about moving to LA. You know, we grew up in a little town in Florida, and we always talked about moving to LA and like maybe working where my dad worked and wash cars to make it out here, and like just like whatever we could do to get out here, whatever it took, like we wanted to do. And I was 18 when he passed. He passed in a car accident, and it was 2 years later, like finally when I decided to like go to MMI and like get my certification. And so like it's kind of like surreal being out here living the life that we always talked about, and like, you know, just, you know, everything I do out here and like actually living it is like, you know, this is what Bo and I always talked about, and I'm doing it for him and me. Bo is the only person I think I let ride my first Ninja when I first bought it. Like, I wouldn't let anyone else ride it. I was like, no, you can't ride this. Like, But I let Bo ride it. I think today, if he's still here, you know, we'd be out here riding bikes together. You know, he's got this beautiful headstone that has like pictures of him engraved in the marble, and it's amazing. And you know, like that's when I go back home to my little town in Lecanto, Florida, that's the first place I stop, is to go talk to him. And you know, I sat there and I just talked to him about, I can't, yeah. Yeah. You know, I think it's crazy, you know, that I'm actually out in LA, you know, making a living doing what I love, and you know, I stop and pull up in a Harley, and you know, I just think that's crazy. I think he would make fun of me for riding, you know, a big old bagger Harley like an old dude. And I got the tattoo he always wanted. He always wanted a question mark. His last name was Guess. He always wanted to get a question mark tattoo. So I got that tattoo for him that he never got. He didn't get a chance to get it before he passed. I mean, he's always with me. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been on a long ride and I think about like surfing in Florida with Bo, or trying to surf, I should say, is like, you know, sitting out there on our boards and just the two of us talking. You know, like that's the stuff I think about when I ride. Is those memories that like are part of my soul, like that make everything worth everything in life. What I do for a living is it is my passion. It is what I love, and it's crazy talking about all this and like looking at how far I've come, and like it's been amazing so far.